Grass, it's about legacy. Because every one of us has one. So families pass down things. They pass down recipes, traditions, old furniture nobody is allowed to sit on. You guys had that? The plastic on them. Don't sit on it even with the plastic. My family apparently passed down these that sound like bubble wrap every time I stand up. And every family has sayings. Close the door. We're not pulling up the whole neighborhood. Who's heard that about 50 billion times, right? Who says that now? Or close the refrigerator door. Right? You weren't born in a barn, right? Or if your friends jumped off the bridge, would you? We're still saying that. Generations later, we're still saying that. But there is something more important than recipes, traditions, and family sayings. Does anyone want to guess what it is? I don't have Tadpole here. She has all the answers. Nobody? What's more important than any traditions? You see that? It's faith. Because eventually every chair at the family table becomes empty and another generation sits down. The question is, what will they have? What will they know when they sit there? What have we passed down to them? So today, our kids are going to come up here and do an experiment with me. Just to be aware, you have to keep your safety glasses on, and you have to have your gloves on. Okay? So let's come up here. And while you guys are doing that, so, just want you to know, whenever I say science experiment, I see some people get nervous because I love messy. The messier it is, the funner it is, right? I know, Erin, you don't agree with me. The children get excited, and our cleaning crew gets very nervous. I'm so glad he loves me, and he goes home with me every Sunday.
Ted said you wanted the hair color when
He wants the hair color?
you're done.
Cream rinse? Okay, let me help you. I know. It'll keep your hands busy, keeping them on. That's the smallest size I can get for kids. Okay, you got gloves? You got gloves? Everybody got gloves? Oh, just one more. Oh, your fingernails. I don't know. Okay. Whew. You ready? So I asked Google, what is the messiest science experiment experiment I can do indoors. That I can still walk around afterwards and be able to preach on. You guys know that Google laughs at you? Amy can't be in here. We'll have somebody babysit Amy.
Papa's around here somewhere.
Joe.
Okay. I gotta get prepared too. Okay. So, what happens when I squeeze a tube of toothpaste? What comes out? Why? Because it's toothpaste? Right? It's only common sense, right? Are you sure nothing else comes out? Air comes out? Kool-Aid doesn't come out? No. No? I heard a whisper. Yes. I only hot. I guess. Oh, okay. So, why do we squeeze the toothpaste? To get the toothpaste out, right? Okay. So let me ask you a question. When somebody squeezes you, what's going to come out? Not like blood and stuff. But what is inside into you guys? Anger? No? Hatred? Well, you guys are not helping me any. Has people given you some love? Happiness? Yeah? Have you guys been loved?
Yes.
Have you guys shown some kindness?
Yes.
Yeah? So if we squeeze you, what's going to come out?
Love, kindness, and
Happiness?
happiness.
Give me five. Okay. Did you guys know that when we squeeze you, that it doesn't create that love and happiness and kindness? You guys know that? People have to pour that into you. Did you know that? You're not going to automatically have that. So who does that for you guys? Jesus? Your family? Can I get up? Your family? Who else does it? You pour it yourself into you? Good job. What about you? Who pours? Your friends. Absolutely. What about you, Luki? You're just born having it? Everyone? That's a good answer. I like that answer. Everyone. Okay. We're going to move these out of the way because we need some room. So can somebody be my guide and read what the directions tell us? Okay, you see it right here? You got to hold this. Okay. Whew. Are you guys ready for this? Okay, well, you guys can come over here and I'm going to stand in the back here.
Place your plastic wire on the center of the live shade. Move it.
Do I have to open my lid?
Yeah. I don't see that.
You don't see it? Okay. I think that I do because
In the live shade.
we're going to...
Step outside if you are using 4-year-old developer as the Europe is instant.
Oh, yeah. We're okay. Okay. We got our safety gear on. So, what is this? We're going to dye Lucy's hair blonde.
It's
No?
red
Okay, believe it or not, I've never even opened up a box of hair dye. I need this.
Carefully pour. How do you go up?
Okay,
Carefully pour a 1.5 cup into the head of the bottle. Add one.
okay, hang on. Wait. Carefully pour 1.5 cups of the hair developer into the bottle. Okay. Oh, half a cup of hair developer into the bottle. Whew. Okay. Can somebody squeeze that?
Yeah.
Okay. Not you, you're mine. You're my person here. Okay. Then what do we do after that? Nope. Squeeze the whole thing in.
Add 1 teaspoon of this
Is that teaspoon?
teaspoon of
No,
this
tablespoon.
tablespoon
Okay.
of this soap.
We have to be very good at this. We have to make sure that we get our measurements.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to put 1 tablespoon of dish detergent. Okay. Can you put dish detergent in that spoon? Do I have hands or who's going to clean this up? Lucy? You notice he didn't raise his hand. Okay, good job. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, let's pour it in here. Okay, then it says to swirl the bottle around gently without making premature bubbles. Okay, can you do this gently? Gently. Gently. Oh, I forgot a small cup. Joe, can you get me a small bowl? Just an empty bowl. Sorry. Okay, you got it? Is it mixed up, do you think? Let me see a little bit. Okay, you guys ready? You did a great job with me. You didn't even create any bubbles. You did one. Okay. No, you did good. Good. Hey, you did exactly what you were told. Okay, so before we get the bowl, can you two, okay, how much is a drop?
1.
Okay, when we squeeze it, we have to put little tiny drops, okay? A little squeeze. Do you think we should do that?
Add 1.
Because
How many drops?
we have to do,
10.
no, that was, okay.
10 drops of
You pick out one color and put 5 drops, but to it along,
directly in
the lid.
What?
and then you pick one out. We're gonna make purple. Okay, put 5 in there and put it. Okay, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All right, you guys did an awesome job. Great job. So far, no mess. That's why we have gloves, right? Sorry. Okay, then in a cup, we have to have 1 pack of yeast. Boy, I did not get prepared. I need scissors. And then we need 3 to 4 cups of warm water. Okay, So, oh wait, did I say cups? See, I messed up our instructions already. Tablespoons. Okay, put it down. Put it down. Okay. 1, 2. How much was that? 2. Okay. How many are we supposed to put?
3 to 4.
I'm glad you guys were listening. We weren't. Okay. 3, 4. Okay, Lukey, can you cut this? 1 pack of yeast.
You didn't give him the scissors.
Oh. See. So glad you guys were paying attention.
Or else you wouldn't give him the scissors.
Okay. So, when you mix that up, before you pour that in, Lukey, you tell us because we're gonna
1
move.
packet of dry. For what?
He's gonna mix that up, the yeast in the hot water, and then he's gonna pour it into our mixture. What do you think's gonna happen? I hope it's not gonna explode like that.
It's gonna explode. It's gonna turn into elephant.
Hopefully it's just gonna go in the bucket.
What if it goes?
Your papa has scaffold and you can get up on the scaffold and wash it off the ceiling. Okay, put her in there. Okay. You hold this.
How do we mix it?
Because when we walk back, I don't want that on there. I don't want anything on. Okay.
How do we mix it up?
With a spoon.
Ooh, this is not like this.
How do you mix other things up? Have you not had yeast? Yeah. You know yeast is made in baking? To make the bread rise up. Make it taste good. Not heavy, light, and fluffy. Okay.
What's a line?
Your yeast.
Third.
If you look at it underneath the microscope, when you put water in it, it moves around. Okay, make sure it's all. It smells like what?
Why is it all
Milk if you leave it outside on? Ugh. Yeah, that looks like. Ew. Probably because I have some soap with it. I did what?
Are you gonna keep all this stuff in your
No, it'll be okay. If it gets in the water, you're going to drink the water?
No.
Yeah, okay, so what's the last step?
Using the floor the final makes it strong. And pull your hands back immediately. Nobody is as hard as that phone can.
Oh, wait, not that one. That's after this. I'll let you read it after we're done. Okay? Okay. So did you hear what that said? When you pour in, we have to pull our hands back immediately. Who's fast? That's like me. Not you. I was thinking the same thing. Not me, huh? Okay. You're fast? Well, how about if we have Lukey do this part?
How fast can you look?
Let's see. Let's see if we did it right.
I need to pull the funnel
Probably. Can you do that? Can you multitask? Okay, I'm gonna go over here.
Yeah, I'm old. I'm over here.
Let's see what happens. Well, that wasn't what I was expecting, but come on. It's still going, huh?
Snake.
It's toothpaste. It's toothpaste.
So, Bea, can you read what's after that?
Nobody replies. No, it's going.
Wait, you guys stay
Not
back.
too close, guys.
You don't have your glasses on, no. Because it's hot. The foam is hot. Okay?
It was already in the
I'll help you a little bit. So who was surprised that foam came out? You were? Oh, okay. Why did foam come out? Well, if you know that was elephant toothpaste,
What?
then how did you not know foam was going to come out?
It's still going. Oh my. It's still going.
It's still going. I know, that's why I got that. And I got a bigger bottle than what it was called for because I was afraid that it would go everywhere. And that you weren't going to help me clean it up.
I'll help clean up.
All right.
It's kind of like a rainbow.
It is. It's pretty, huh?
It's pretty.
Do you want to show audience what it looks like? You guys did a good job.
It's still hot or what?
It is hot. You guys don't touch it. So, they did a great job, didn't they? Let's give our kids a round of applause. I am so proud of you because you guys actually listened to instructions and you corrected me when I got it wrong. That is awesome. So, going forward, what should we do?
Clean it up.
It's still going.
It's still going. It's going to go for a long time. So let me ask you guys a question.
I go up.
When somebody, like Tadpole's volcano, I know. When somebody pours kindness into you, what should come out?
Toothpaste.
But look how beautiful it is. Look how beautiful. So beautifulness needs to come out, right? So when somebody is mean to us, what comes out? Pretty toothpaste. Well, is toothpaste good for you? Makes your teeth nice and clean?
Yes.
It keeps cavities away?
Yes.
Makes your breath smell good? Yeah? It tastes okay if you get the right kind of toothpaste?
Yes.
Right? So what should come out when somebody's nice to us?
Pretty toothpaste.
So what should come out when somebody's mean to us?
Me.
What? Say that loud.
Pretty toothpaste.
Kindness, niceness. So when we walk out of here and you guys are being told to sit there and be good in your chair, what should you guys be doing? Should you guys be yelling and arguing? No? Okay, let's see how that works. So, you can leave your gloves on and not collect your glasses at the end. You guys go have a seat. I'll collect it at the end. You don't have to. You might need them to clean up. Thank you, Julie, for babysitting. Whew. I was a little bit worried there for a minute. So when life squeezes us, what comes out is usually what has been growing inside us. That is exactly what happened in the story of Eli and Samuel. So we're going to talk about Judges chapter 2, verse 10. It says, "And all the generation also were gathered to their fathers. And there arose another generation after them, who did not know the Lord or the work that he had done for Israel." Judges tells us something heartbreaking. Joshua's generation knew God. They had seen miracles. They crossed the Jordan. They watched walls fall. They saw God's faithfulness firsthand. But then comes one of the saddest verses in Scripture. It says, "Another generation grew up who knew neither the Lord nor what he had done." Let us think about that. See, God didn't disappear. The truth didn't disappear. All the stories were there. And what happened? Somewhere along the way, the story stopped. The conversation stopped. Faith stopped being passed down. Somewhere along the way, generations sat at a table that never heard what God had done for them. You'll be thinking, same thing I kept thinking, man, this sounds really familiar, what's going on today. We have whole generations that don't know God. Psalms 145:4 says, one generation commends your work to another. They tell of your mighty acts. God's design was always for faith to travel from one generation to the next. Like the Olympic torch being passed. Not because God has grandchildren, but because every generation must know him personally. But someone must point them in that direction. So, dads, take out your flashlights. What does the flashlight do? Lights the path. Does it walk the path for you? No. It simply helps you take that step forward, doesn't it? Now our flashlights aren't as bright as others. But commonly, does our flashlight get to show us the whole path? No, it doesn't. Simply shows you the steps in front of you, doesn't it? That's what our job is as parents. We can't light the path for them, can we? We can simply show them the steps to get to the end. This is what our grandparents do. This is what our Sunday school teachers do. This is what old, crotchety elders in our church do.
Who was that aimed at?
Okay. We don't walk the path for our children. We just shine enough light so they can find the path themselves. And I did include our elders because the elders have so much wisdom. And sometimes we forget to listen to it. So I know what you're thinking. How do we do that? Saw it. I heard you guys saying it. There's an answer to it. So let us read in 1 Samuel chapter 2 to chapter 3. It's going to be a little bit long, and I'm sorry. But I couldn't figure out how I wanted to tell you guys this story without including everything. It says, Eli's sons were scoundrels. They had no regard for the Lord. Now it was the practice of the priests that whenever any of the people offered a sacrifice, the priest's servants would come with a 3-pronged fork in his hand while the meat was being boiled, and would plunge the fork into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. Whatever the fork brought up, the priest would take for himself. This is how they treated all the Israelites who came to Shiloh. But even before the fat was burned, the priest's servants would come and say to the person who was sacrificing, give the priest some meat to roast. He won't accept boiled meat from you, but only raw. If the person said to him, let fat be burned first, and then take whatever you want, the servant would answer, no, hand it over now. If you don't, I'll take it by force. The sin of the young men was very great in the Lord's sight, for they were treating the Lord's offering with contempt. But Samuel was ministering before the Lord, a boy wearing a linen ephod. Each year his mother made a little robe and took it to him when she went up with her husband to offer the annual sacrifice. Now remember, Josh spoke of Hannah before, right? Samuel was born for the Lord. Hannah fulfilled her promise. And here Samuel's growing up in the church. She would say, may the Lord give your children by this woman to take the place of the one she prayed for. Oh, wait, sorry. I missed it. So she went up there with her husband to offer the annual sacrifice. Eli would bless Elkanah and his wife, saying, Hannah, may the Lord give your children by this woman to take the place of the one she prayed for and give to the Lord. Then they would go home, and the Lord was gracious to Hannah. She gave birth to 3 sons and 2 daughters. Meanwhile, the boy Samuel grew up in the presence of the Lord. Now Eli, who was very old, heard about everything his sons were doing to all Israel, and how they slept with the women who served at the entrance to the tent of meetings. So he said to him, why do you do such things? I hear from all the people about these wicked deeds of yours. No, my sons, the reports I hear spreading among the Lord's people is not good. If one person sins against another, God may mediate for the offender. But if someone sins against the Lord, who will intercede for them? His sons, however, did not listen to the father's rebuke, for it was the Lord who will put them to death. And the boy Samuel continued to grow in stature and favor with the Lord and with people. So, Eli had 3 children that he was bringing up. The circumstances were the same, right? Now a man of God came to Eli and said to him, this is what the Lord says. Did I not clearly reveal myself to your ancestors' family when they were in Egypt under Pharaoh? I chose your ancestors out of all the tribes of Israel to be my priests, to go up to my altar, to burn incense, and to wear an ephod in my presence. I also gave your ancestors' family all the food offerings presented by the Israelites. Why do you scorn my sacrifice and offerings that I prescribed for my dwelling? Why do you honor your sons more than me by fattening yourselves on the choice parts of every offering made by my people Israel? Therefore the Lord, the God of Israel, declares, I promised that members of your family would minister before me forever. But now the Lord declares, far be it from me. Those who honor me I will honor, but those who despise me will be disdained. The time is coming when I will cut short your strength and the strength of your priestly house, so that no one in it will reach old age. And you will see distress in my dwelling. Although good will be done in Israel, no one in your family's line will ever reach old age. Every one of you that I do not cut off from serving at my altar, I will spare only to destroy your sight and sap your strength. And all your descendants will die in the prime of life. And what happened to your 2 sons, Hophni and Phinehas, will be a sign to you. They will both die on the same day. I will raise up for myself a faithful priest, one who will do according to what is in my heart and mind. I will firmly establish his priestly house, and they will minister before my anointed one always. Then everyone left in your family's line will come and bow down before him for a piece of silver and a loaf of bread, and plead, appoint me to some priestly office so I can have food to eat. The Lord Lord calls Samuel. So Samuel's sitting there with Eli in the middle of the night, sleeping. Eli's blind. Samuel's right there, next to his side. Not his other two sons, but Samuel. The one that he fed into. The one that he talked to about God. The one that he told the stories to. His other two sons were priests as well. But Eli didn't feed into him as he did Samuel. And yet God calls Samuel. He called him by name. And not once, but 3 times. Samuel was really confused who was calling him. He thought it was his master. And Eli was like, Samuel, that's God calling. When he calls, you answer him. I am your faithful servant. I did something to my page. Don't ask me what I did. So our kids, do they listen? They don't listen, do they? Sometimes they do. Our kids did an awesome job up here, and they listened very well. I just closed out my sermon. Where did it go? Do you guys know that I'm horrible with technology? What? It is the reason to put it on paper. Okay. So does our children remember every sermon that's ever taught? Do you guys remember every sermon? No. Do you guys remember the sermon when you leave these doors? Maybe on Monday, Tuesday, sometimes? That's what I was thinking. Well, I don't remember sermons. Surely I know my kids don't. And they prove it, because after we teach, I go ask them, my grandkids, hey, tell your parents what you learned today. And they're like, oh, what did we learn? I was like, that was just 2 hours ago. But you know what they do remember? They remember what was normal. They remember that we prayed. They remember that we stood at the altar. They remembered that we read out of God's words. They remembered when they did something wrong, we forgave them. And we had mercy on them. They remembered church mattered and people mattered. And they remembered if you still knew Jesus on Monday, or if that morning commute, you were already cursing his name. Remember this, children do hear everything that is being said. And they repeat it at the most worst possible time. You can spend years teaching them manners, and they hear one word, and then all of a sudden you're in Walmart, and they meet a stranger, and they're telling them the worst possible family business that you have. Or they might be talking to the pastor, and they want to tell the pastor the new word that they learned. Know this, our children are always watching us. They're always listening to us. Even when you think they're asleep, they are listening. And if they're always watching us, maybe they're watching us how we trust God and how we talk to Him. Last week, to tell you guys, we had Ethan, Lauren, and River here. And I know you guys don't see them when we're worshiping, and they're in the back, but I got to see them up front. And little River, who's only been to church 3 times, I think, 3 or 4 times here. Her hands were raised in worship. Did River know all of you guys? She doesn't know who you guys are. But what she saw is what people were doing. And she showed what we were doing, worshiping the Lord. So even if your children don't watch you, there's still going to be another child that's watching you. One of my favorite verses in the story is, the lamp of God had not yet gone out. What a beautiful picture. Israel was struggling. Leadership was struggling. Families were struggling. And yet God was still speaking. The lamp was still burning. So did you guys turn off your flashlight? See? Look what we're doing. Our lamps have to burn. Maybe somebody here feels discouraged. Your family isn't where you hoped it would be. Maybe your children has wandered away. Despite how many times we invite them back to church, we call them up. They have to live that life, right? Maybe you're full of regrets. Maybe there's things that you wish you could do over. Conversation and action. So here are the truths today. The lamp has not gone out. God is still speaking to you. He is still restoring relationships. God is still calling people by name. He is still specializing in new beginnings. Samuel wasn't the end of the story. He became the beginning of a new chapter. You guys know what? The Bible isn't done being written. There's new chapters happening every time. We have family Bibles. Who's to say that you should not continue that? What God has done for each and every one of you. Continue that in your families. Imagine an old family table. I bet you guys can. It's kind of scratched up and faded. There's no matching chairs anymore. You know, you have to collect them on. One of those chairs is kind of worn in there, has an indent there. It's usually the chair of your leader in the family, your father, grandfather sitting there. Around that table, generations gathered. Prayers were prayed. Meals were shared. Hard lessons were learned. Hopefully, forgiveness happened and stories were shared. Now imagine that chair being empty. That chair where your father and grandfather, maybe it was a teacher or a mentor. Maybe the person who was all of them. The person who led the family. Was someone who loved Jesus. Someone who invested in your life. Now imagine your children sitting in that chair. What would the question be? Will it be, what am I going to inherit? Am I going to get the family land? How much money am I going to get? Who gets the old furniture? I don't think that's going to be asked. Will they inherit the traditions that happen, the recipes? Probably not. We have new technology, right? New traditions. The real question that should be asked is, who's going to inherit the faith? Who's going to inherit the stories that are told of what God did in our lives? Who's going to pass it down? The hardships that we won by the grace of God. At this point, you're all thinking, I've done this father thing really wrong. The enemy loves to use Father's Day to remind people of our failures. But God uses Father's Day to remind people of grace. You may not have been a godly father all the time. But the story doesn't end. It can start. You may not have inherited faith, but you can start a new legacy. You have made mistakes, because we all have. We're all human, right? You guys know almost every person in Scripture has made mistakes. There's only one perfect person in Scripture. But you know what? God used every one of those people for his good. He didn't discard them. God is not looking for perfect people. He's looking for willing people. So it's your time. Our little light doesn't remove darkness, does it? There's still darkness. It only shows the next steps. Psalms 145 says, our generation shall commend your works to another. That's our assignment, to pass the light. To tell the stories. To pray the prayers. To live faith. To keep the lamp burning. Because one day, the chair at the table is going to be empty. And another generation is going to take its place. But what are they going to say? What are they going to pass forward? What legacy are you leaving behind? Let's bow our heads in prayer. Dear Lord, thank you so much for the fathers, the grandfathers, the mentors here, our teachers. Thank you for the faithfulness that you have brought with them. Thank you for the stories of the hardships that you've brought and the forgiveness and the mercy that you've shown them. As I sit here and I preach your words, Lord, I think of so many who doesn't have a father that passed down a legacy of you. And yet, Lord, you're still there in their lives. You haven't left them. You're still talking to them. You're still showing them the right direction. Lord, I ask you today to speak to these fathers so that they might change directions and they can pass that legacy down to their children. That we have the next generation that sings your praises, that shows the kindness and love that you have, but most importantly, the truth that you share. As we go and celebrate this day with a loved one, help us to have enough patience to hear the stories that we've heard 1,000 times, so that this time we remember it, so we can pass it down. Then when it's time for the chair to be vacant, that our children don't have to worry about what are they going to share to their children. They're going to have enough faith and knowledge and wisdom to pass that forward. In God's name I pray. Amen. Thank you guys.